They say if you can help just one person, then it's all worth it. So a few weeks ago, I put out a short film about Ibogaine. Ibogaine is a psychedelic treatment that people usually use for addiction, but I heard in passing that it can reset pain receptors. So I tried it to reset my body and get out of pain. It's been 2 months now, and I still have no pain in my entire body. My goal with the film was that people see it and seek their own path. That's exactly what Steve did.
Alrighty, Steve, so give us a little bit of insight as to how you felt when you first saw Chris Bell's documentary on Ibogaine.
Emotional. I remember immediately after I finished the video, I took the phone into my bedroom, showed my wife the video, made her watch it with me, and the whole time I literally wanted to cry because I just, like I said, I'm a follower of Chris Bell on Instagram, and he got me turned on to Mind Bullet, and that did wonders for me as far as allowing me to cut way back on the Suboxone, where I'm just literally taking just enough to where I don't get sick, and it does give you energy, and it has been helpful. But to hear him talk about the things it fixed for him, I mean, even just dipping tobacco. I mean, my wife's been wanting me to quit tobacco for years, and it's been like the one thing that I literally have never been able to quit. And Chris talks about how the moment he wrapped up his treatment or his session, whatever you want to call it, never dipped again. And he'd been dipping for 30 years. So I'm just excited, I guess. That's excited and emotional. I just can't even really wrap my brain around what it would feel like to hop out of bed in the morning without pain, without the need to immediately grab my can of tobacco or any kind of medicine, whether it be Suboxone or anything, and just start my day and feel good and not worry about the roller coaster that my brain chemistry is constantly putting me on.
Steve and his wife are on their way to Denver to see Amin, where they can do this legally. I decided to give him a call.
Actually, tell me a little bit about your story. Like, what made you want to do this? Obviously, you saw my short film.
Just pretty much you hit on everything that I deal with as far as addiction, depression, chronic pain, and just some unresolved things, with deaths of those close to you. And I've never really been able to pinpoint quite where a lot of my issues come from. And I know, I had a great childhood, but I was extremely shy, like oddly shy, where I just could not even, I'm just afraid to go out of my own shell for fear of embarrassing myself. And then the first time I ever tried any kind of drug, from that moment on, it's like I just lost that shyness, and it's like I just kind of latched myself onto drugs from that point. And
yeah, a lot of people seem to do that.
Yeah, and it was just weird. Like I don't know, I had great parents, great family, and a big family.
Every addiction is going to be rooted in some sort of trauma.
Yeah.
It's always something that happened to you. So it might have just been the fact that you were a shy kid, and that anxiety and that stuff, over time, made you shelter away, and made you scared of the world, basically. I can't promise you what it's going to do for you, but I can tell you what it did for me, and that's what I say in the movie, because I feel like it's not going to work the same for everyone, but I do feel if you have a positive mindset going in, and you feel like this can help you, that it will help you.
That's how I've been looking forward to it. There's not been one bit of anxiety about doing this. I've just been so pumped about doing it.
And the biggest key is when you do it, don't be anxious, but just relax and surrender to it. The more you give into it, the more it'll take you to where you want to go. Good luck, guys. I think it's going to be great for both of you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay, guys, I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Ibogaine treatment can last anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. So Steve and his wife rented an Airbnb in Denver. Just like I did, Steve will take Ibogaine in increasing doses until he feels like he's hammered and he just wants to lay down.
We're at the Airbnb. It's a cute little room. I guess this is where everything's going to happen.
Me?
Nice to finally meet you.
Finally.
In person. So here's the water that you'll be drinking.
All right, test dose number 1. That water really is good. This is 3?
3, it's number
Yes,
3.
third one. Okay. Then we're about to get in the shower and then get in comfortable clothes and get ready to lay down.
That's right, you already lay down.
Okay. How you feel?
Right now it's just really intense in my head. Like I feel warm, my eyes are kind of bouncing a little bit, and my voice sounds retarded. So
Steve's wife, Stacy, was a little bit nervous, and she had some questions.
I was a little bit skeptical about the whole process. I've never done psychedelic anything. I was brought up the Western medicine way where everything is antibiotics and medication and stuff like that. So, but after watching Chris's film, I was really turned off from Big Pharma and everything they stand for and everything they represent. So when my husband came to me and brought this up, I was skeptical, but honestly, anything that he could do to fix the issues that he does have, the pain, the addiction issues, the depression, that's what I want for him. The better he can be, the better we can be together. So I'm a little skeptical. I don't want him waking up and being a different person. I still want him to be the man I fell in love with, but just feel good on the inside. So here goes nothing.
Your brain works through electrical impulses. Well, your whole body does. These are controlled by minerals and water and all this stuff. Now, in particular, everybody who does Ibogaine hears a zzz sound like this, or sometimes people hear some popping and snapping and stuff like that. But what you're actually hearing is your brain, your actual brain, is now lit up. And the electricity in your brain, because you heard static electricity, isn't that what it sounds like?
yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And they've done the testing and they've seen the brain, it literally looks like it's just like charged, fully charged. And I think, in the process of all that happening, it reconnects the proper way without your hang up saying, oh no, I'm in fear, I have insecurity, let me start thinking this way, which makes the brain develop in a different way, stripping all that back to the brain thinking the right way. And then that's, of course, why we believe aftercare is such a very important thing. The truth is, you're actually very sensitive to this.
yeah.
And that's because you were prepared, because you've been fasting for a long time, and your body's, that's why you felt it within 15 minutes too, by the way. And that means the journey is going to be very effective, very good.
That's awesome.
I feel like whether the lights are on or not, there's always something crawling around the light, like even my hands, the way my hands. Did y'all see that?
But as far as like you were talking about the auditory hallucinations, the hearing, how's your hearing now?
Actually, my hearing seems like really, really heightened.
Very high. And do you still hear the buzzing?
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay, you probably will when this next capsule kicks in.
Yeah.
Every time one kicks in, and you'll hear the buzzing for a while, or last for a while, and then the next one that I have, or the next one that we have prepared that you take that should be at the point where I feel if not there'll be one more, but I feel you will be ready to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's when you're going to go into a lucid dreaming state, and then that's when you're going to start seeing, multiple visions again. I know you're seeing it right now, but they get even deeper again. And I want to talk to you about your experience tomorrow, but right now let's go ahead and let you get into the zombie again.
Okay. Bye, babe. So I had just a little bit of a concern about after this is over, does it change his personality? Does he still have the same feelings that he used to have? I get a little nervous about that just because I'm still very unfamiliar.
It's a very good question, and I want to tell you that there are couples that have had problems after one person does this. Now, I don't want to say it like, okay, you know, let's use like a movie terminology, okay? He's unplugged and you're not, and so he thinks differently than you do. Not quite.
No.
That's not the case. Most of the people that had problems in their relationship knew it. They knew there were problems, and then they did this, and then they decided this is, you know, let's be realistic. I'm not going to drag it on anymore. That's not the case with you two.
Okay.
You guys have a strong relationship.
Okay.
He does have a lot of racing thoughts. Okay. Don't automatically assume that the racing thoughts have to do with you. The fact that you're here and the fact that you're a part of this reinforces the fact that everything's going to be good with you guys going forward.
So it's been about 24 hours since your first dose yesterday. You did your whole trip last night. How are you feeling?
Still drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very tired. I just tried to eat a meal. It's like 8 o'clock right now, evening. And I could get into like 3 bites of it and couldn't eat anymore, but I was starving. I just feel like jello. I feel like a baby deer, literally trying to stand up in the wind. Just ready to go back to sleep. But I feel good. I mean, I feel like I haven't had any withdrawals whatsoever from Suboxone, which should have been happening right now, because right now it's 2 days since the last. And then I chewing tobacco. There's no thought of putting in a dip. Like it's not there.
That's fantastic.
I mean, I've thought about it, but every time I thought about it, I was like, why would I do that? Like, why would I even try that? Like every time my mind has talked me out of even bringing it up. That you know, what's the point? Why go through this and then think about taking on the same stupid decisions? It is weird. You see, I don't know. I mean, like Chris was telling me, I don't know if what I'm experiencing is anything what he experienced. I just know that for me, like I feel like Chris said you'll love people better. I could feel that already. Like you just feel at peace with everything, and it's almost like you change what this world is in your mind, which is it is a place of birth and death. You know, it's not going to last forever. So it makes everything more emotional. Hey, Chris, just wanted to give you an update. It's been 7 days post Ibogaine, totally new life, and even those words don't cover it. No anxiety, no chronic pain. Hop out of bed every morning feeling great, ready to take on the day. No more Suboxone, no more addiction issues. Without the withdrawals, it is a miracle for me. It's been that kind of unbelievable awakening for me. And my wife, Stacy, could probably even tell you a little more about what it's done for her.
Hey, Chris, it's just given us a whole new life. It's like I wake up with the best part of my best friend every single day without any of the negative.
Funnier.
Yeah, funnier. Just ready
I'm
to
not a dick anymore.
Just ready to take on life together. So it's literally been a new life for him, but also a new life for me because of how great he feels. So thank you so much.
I appreciate you so much.
Absolutely.
The video saved me. That's all I can say. Personally, it saved me.